This is as turnkey gets. I mean, this is basically new construction in Cleveland, okay? Built in 1961. Now, I know some of you, especially those from the West Coast, are like, wait, bro, that's like 60-something years old. We talking about new construction. Bro, this is Cleveland. That is new construction in Cleveland. Somewhere in the mid-50s is when they pretty much stopped using the stuff. It wasn't made illegal until 78, but they really stopped using that in the 50s, right? So this being built in the 60s, I don't anticipate any lead hazards of any type being something that you're going to have to deal with, right? We got some big old rent checks coming in out of this bad boy, all right? 12102 Imperial, Cleveland, $1,224 a month in rent coming out of this bad boy. This is as turnkey gets. I mean, this is basically new construction in Cleveland, okay? Built in 1961. Now, I know some of you, especially those from the West Coast, are like, wait, bro, that's like 60-something years old. We talking about new construction. Bro, this is Cleveland. That is new construction in Cleveland, okay? We don't really be building a lot of houses in the city of Cleveland anymore, okay? But 1961, that's key. That's very important, right? Because pretty much turnkey, right? Like furnace, hot water tank, shiny, beautiful, brand new, tenant, recently renovated. Just put them in there. Market rent, $1,224, right? It's not lead certified, okay? But that's just some like government BS that we got to go through, okay? We got to get the lead certification company out. They do a couple tests, bada bing, bada boom. Sometimes some issues get cited, and then you got to scrape and paint. Probably not going to happen here, right? Because it's new construction, okay? That 60-year-old house, 1961, that's basically new construction for Cleveland, and that year is actually kind of important, okay? I know I'm like using some hyperbole here, but that year is actually important because when you do the lead paint stuff, right, they outlawed lead paint in 1978, and our housing in Cleveland is old. It's old as hell. It's old and crusty like your girlfriend, okay? Now, we have a lot of stuff built in like 1905, 1915, 1920, et cetera, and then you get a lot of landlords, and everyone's all up in arms like, oh, we got all these lead issues, okay? Anything after 1978, you don't have to go through the lead certification process and all that jazz because, you know, lead paint was outlawed. However, they really stopped using it in the mid-50s. I think it was like, I want to say like 1954, maybe 1958. One of those, you know, somewhere in the mid-50s is when they pretty much stopped using the stuff. It wasn't made illegal until 78, but they really stopped using that shit in the 50s, right? So this being built in the 60s, I don't anticipate any lead hazards of any type being something that you're going to have to deal with, right? So you get yourself a turnkey, ready to rock and roll property renting for $1,224 a month. This is set it and forget it. Holton Wise is handling the management. If you'd like us to continue handling the management for you, we can do that. If you want to hire another property manager, you can do that. If you want to manage it yourself, you can do that. Whatever you need to do. You want to make an offer, send it to my team. Sales@holtonwise.com. Cash offers would be cool. Include proof of funds. Finance offers, those are just fine too. Include your pre-approval, unless you don't have a lender, in which case just ask me. I'll give you one of mine. I've been doing this a long time, y'all. I got lenders, okay? We're not going to do any physical tours on this property because we're not going to bother our tenants. That would be crazy, right? I know you're sitting in your underwear right now watching freaking, I don't know, whatever. You're probably watching Grey's Anatomy, honestly. You know you love those fucking medical shows where they all just fucking get super dramatic about their patients and some crazy dramatic thing, and then they fuck each other in the broom closets. I know you love that show. That's pretty much the that's the plot of like every medical show. My wife used to be a nurse, and then I start watching these medical shows with her, and I'm like, dude, everybody's fucking everybody in the broom closet. I don't know how I feel about this. But anyway, I'm getting off topic, okay? We're not really talking about doctors and nurses fucking each other in the broom closet. What we're trying to do is we're trying to talk about you making cash flow off of this turnkey property. And where I was going with that before I got derailed is we're not going to do tours, okay, because you're sitting at home fucking watching Grey's Anatomy and you're thinking you're going to become a real estate investor. Just because you get the bright idea to become a real estate investor doesn't mean we're going to fucking bother my tenants and have their lives be upended by you. So you need to put some skin in the game. So the only time you're able to physically get into this home is after you've put up earnest money and we have an offer contingent on an inspection and I know you're serious, then we will disturb our tenants. But we're not going to do it before that. We've taken every precaution or every, possible avenue we can to give you as much information as we can, so you can like make an informed decision. But we're definitely going to stop short of bothering our tenants. As a matter of fact, I'm about done talking, so the video, you might think the video's over, but it's not. I'm about done talking, but I don't want you to click off because I'm going to show you the complete unedited video footage. You've been watching clips of it as I've been speaking to you here, but now you're going to get to see the complete unedited footage because, again, I want you to have as much info as you possibly can before you make that offer, but I really don't want you fucking bothering my tenants and wasting everybody's time. So do not stop watching until you see the whole shebang.
All right, master videographer Matt here.
She does have a dog, but it's not like an aggressive one.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's like a fucking little groom dog. It was more confused seeing it than anything. The big thing is we're just going to sneak in without letting her.
As you can see, there's shit down there.
It's actually a lot clearer than I remember.
I'm gonna track that through the house.
Alright, so...
No, let me get the front of the house first.
Well, I'm just going to go in and see if I can just kind of...
Yeah, if you can corral him into like a little area.
He's nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's a 12102. All right. Should be. Oh no. All right. Hey, puppy. Oh, I'm zoomed up.
Good.
Okay. Brand new furnace. Brand new hot water tank. Yeah, this will be pretty quick because
Yeah, I can.
there's 3 beds in here.
Yeah. Everybody's
Oh, wow.
Food.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna look for the shucks out that you've been through there.
I don't wanna. Oh, I see a bed bug cover. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna risk that.
Zach replied.
Oh, what'd he say?
Said samples are at the lab, and as soon as they return, I can give you an answer.
Okay. Ow, my knee. Clean. And then.
You got all the bedrooms?
Yep, cute little puppy dog.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Holton Wise TV for more financial information, education, and entertainment.